Great start.
Did you see the guys in the background? That was really funny. Believe it or not, high school football season is here. It actually started last Saturday in Minnesota. I'm Mark Ovenden, and welcome to our very first Football Friday of 2015. It's a fun time of the year for the KDLT crew.
And I am Zach Borg, and we are pleased to tell you that Football Friday this fall brought to you by Paul's Place. We're glad to have them aboard for another exciting season of gridiron greatness.
Speaking of exciting, we start our coverage with a rematch of one of the best title games in Dome history. The Yankton Bucks made the trip to Brookings to take on the Bobcats. What an 11AA championship game they played in Vermillion last year, and tonight's game pretty good too. Look at the sack by a bunch of Bobcats.
Love those new bleachers,
early in the game. Yeah, this is the new Coughlin Alumni Field. Now, next drive for Brookings, it's Devin Coughlin dropping back. Coughlin at Coughlin Alumni Field, hitting Mitch McKibben for a 28-yard gain, and Coughlin would sneak around the end to score at 7-0 Brookings. And believe it or not, they are in the fourth overtime of this game. There were some mistakes that could have won the game. Your score right now is 35-35. They are in the fourth overtime.
Yeah,
Yikes.
Brookings just fumbled at the goal line, could have won the ball game. Now the O'Gorman Knights have high hopes in 11 AAA with some talented players returning for Steve Keeter, who's approaching the all-time wins record in South Dakota. This is one of those talented players. You know, why say for someone else what you can do yourself? That's Luke Fritsch. He had 6 touchdowns in the game. The game was tied at that point, 7-7. Central had actually scored the first touchdown. They didn't score nearly enough. Watch Dodie McQuinja just shaking off guys into the end zone for the touchdown. It was 14-7 after one. And Steve Keeter says, you know what, if it ain't broke, why fix it? McQuinja, again, right into your living room. 68 yards. It's like watching Christian Okoye run. He's got that face mask, too. I would not want to tackle him. Look at this score, 64-20.
Now the Brandon Valley Lynx had some retooling to do thanks to the graduation of Jake Como, and the Washington Warriors behind Matt Farniok are looking to get that swagger back. How about this touchdown pass from Alex Waltner to Chase Grody, and it's 7-3 in favor of the Lynx. But that swagger might be returning because the Warriors looked really good after that.
Fade.
Jake Skellhouse to Ty Smith. Washington up 11-7 after a 2-point conversion in the second quarter. Still in the second quarter, Chaden Fitzsimmons with a 15-yard run. He takes it to pay turf, and it's 17-7 right before halftime. Fourth quarter now, Washington breaks it open. Josh Thomas is going to run it in for the touchdown. Your final score, Washington very impressively wins at 31-7. There's that crazy game going on at Coughlin Alumni, 35-35 in the fourth quarter. A couple of more scores for you. O'Gorman wins big. Luke Fritsch combining for 6 touchdowns. Roosevelt up in the third quarter. That game a late start in Aberdeen. Lincoln has pulled away from Stevens. They were trailing early. 2 overtimes for that one. Pierre over Watertown, 28-27. Douglas beat Huron 33-20, and Mitchell and Harrisburg play tomorrow night. Well, we had a premier matchup tonight in Madison as well, where the Bulldogs have a team built to win the 11A championship. But tonight they played perennial powerhouse Dell Rapids to kick off the season, and our own Paul Heinert was there.
Oh, Mark, these teams have had some great games in recent years, so bragging rights were at stake tonight. The Bulldogs returned plenty of talent for Max Hodgson, while Steve Hansen, he had some big holes to fill. That was pretty evident tonight. First quarter, after a Dell Rapids turnover, it's Brody Fredrickson. Takes the handoff, takes it down to the 1-yard line. He is going to be fun to watch this year. They would not punch it in one play later, 7-0 Madison. Poiriers trying to get something going, but it's Dylan Williams with his second interception of the night. That would lead to another touchdown, 14-0 Madison. Fredrickson, he would cap off Madison's first drive of the second quarter with a touchdown run, 20-0 Bulldogs. Dell Rapids, 4th and goal at the 9-yard line right before halftime. Jackson Yonke, unbelievable anticipation. Shades of Jack Squirek for the Raiders in Super Bowl 18. Theismann never saw Squirek. Hunter Hansen never saw Yonke. That's a 91 interception return for a touchdown. 41-6 Madison.
Well done,
you like
Paul
that?
Heinert.
I don't know how to follow up that bit of knowledge, but I got the Cougars of McCook Central Montrose kicking things off against Sioux Falls Christian. I got news if you're from Salem. There's not really a whole lot of highlights for you tonight. It was 14-0 Chargers at the break, and then Dylan Burns in the third quarter burns them for a touchdown, 22-0. Watch this next play. These kids had plenty to celebrate, and there was a lot more. Cougars are going to go with the backward lateral. Jackson.
Oh, what a hit.
Chargers fall on
and they recover it.
Yep, and then a few plays later, it's Mr. Burns Gonna put it in again for the student section, who's just loving this. It's been some tough years over there. I think they're turning things around. Sioux Falls Christian, look at this score. 36.
Yikes.
Nothing.
That is impressive. The Seahawks of Canton expecting to also make some noise in 11A. They took on the Tanagers of Vermillion tonight. It's 26-6 already, and then neither team really wanted to score too bad. It's going to be Logan Peterson of Vermillion coming up with the fumble recovery right here. But then the Seahawks are going to get the ball right back. Watch the team in blue on defense. This is a drive all the way down into the red zone, but it's going to be Alex DeYoung with the recovery for Canton. And then it's going to be Scott Peterson. Doesn't let that fumble recovery go to waste. He's going to punch it in. Canton goes on to win this one 33-6. They are looking good. Now, our featured game of the week was at Central Lyon tonight, where Tyler Starr's alma mater hosted West Lyon in the Beef Bowl. Our Max Jensen was there and has a recap.
Hey guys, how's it going? What a way for me to start out this year's version of Football Friday, a game that had county bragging rights on the line between Central Lyon, George Little Rock, and West Lyon. Both teams excited to get the season going against their biggest rival tonight. Starting quarterback for the Lions, he would go down early with a hurt ankle. Enter backup Riley Van Wy. On his third play under center, he runs a QB sneak, 74 yards for the score. Central Lyon, George Little Rock goes up 7-0. Next Lyon drive and the next play for the home team, Van Wy finds Mitch Van Beek, and he runs 71 yards after the catch for the touchdown. I'd say the backup is having a pretty good night. Lions up 13-0. West Lyon would get on the board in the second quarter, though, as quarterback Jaden Snyder scores from 5 yards out on the cameraman trickery play. Wildcats within 6. But just before the half, Van Wy goes to the air again, finding Cade Knobloch for 6 points and a 19-7 lead entering the break. And into the second half, CJ Roths did his best to make these highlights. After an interception, he would take the handoff and he would go 85 yards for the touchdown. His second of the game, his first one was from 48. And the Lions would run away with the first game of the season and Beef Bowl bragging rights for another year.
It's a big thing. It's the Battle of Lyon County, and for those seniors to be able to walk off for the last time, knowing that they're the Beef Bowl champs, that's great for those guys.
Central Lyon George Little Rock got a heck of a game from their backup quarterback Riley Van Wy, and he led them to the victory, 33-14 over their county rival West Lyon. In Rock Rapids, Max Jensen, KDLT Sports.
Thank you, Max. Great matchup in 9-man football to start the season. Alcester-Hudson against Viborg Hurley. Pick it up in this one. Mitchell Johnson jump starting the Cubs season with a 20-yard touchdown run on the black and blue. Black and blue is up 8-0. Then it's Trevor Steen's turn. He takes the handoff, and he's got plenty. Oh, green field ahead of him.
He's gone.
Oh, well,
He's
sorry
gone.
to burst your bubble.
Oh, nice.
Whoops.
Nice
speed.
effort. Oh,
Tripped him
a
up.
shoestring tackle.
They tripped him up, held him out of the end zone for the moment, but couldn't keep him out ultimately in the end. Samuel Jensen hauls in the pass and breaks away down the sidelines for a touchdown. Right in your living room, Alcester-Hudson, 42-16.
And how about this game to start the season? Canistota at Dell Rapids St. Mary. We were expecting a dandy. Well, if you're a Canistota fan, it was. That's Jalen Kaufman going up the middle for 20 yards and a first down. Next play, it's going to be Shea Jolly making those Canistota Hawk fans happy as he drops back and hits Drew Siebert for a 29-yard touchdown. It's 28-0 Canistota at this point. And in the fourth quarter, more of the same. It's going to be Jolly again, dropping back. Guess to who? Siebert again. 31 yards for the touchdown. All Hawks. Let's go through the scores for you. They win at 36-0. Ron Colley blanking Redfield Dolan. It's the Badgers of Arlington Lake Preston winning behind Luke Weber. Baltic gets 2 touchdowns from Cam Clark. They shut out Howard. Chester and Chamberlain both win big, along with Ipswich Edmond Central and Langford over Northwestern. Woonsocket, Wessington Springs, Sanborn Central, that's a mouthful, and Webster both win tonight. Winner a 50-0 win. West Central, Jim Utek Field was dedicated tonight. Congrats to my good friend, Mr. Utek. T-Area beats Parkston Scotland over Avon. Parker, 60 points on the board tonight. Adrian beat Lakeview tonight. Wolsey Weston's pretty good again, I would say. Oldhammer Mona Rutland wins 21-20. Tri-Valley wins, and maybe the most exciting game of the night aside from the one that's still going on in
Yep.
5 overtimes in Brookings. Laverne wins. Marshall with a shutout tonight. Pipestone wins by a
watch out
point.
for
They're
'em.
2-0. Sully Buttes and Bridgewater Emery Ethan both win, along with Waverly South Shore. Hills Beaver Creek, another nice win for them. Gregory in the wildest game of the night, 74-44. Yikes. Andy Central Dakota Christian wins tonight. Mount Vernon Plankinton 64-20. Burke South Central wins. Hamlin shutting out Florence Henry, and Groton area over Oaks, North Dakota 34-13. That's it for our regular edition of Football Friday. Stick around. Zach has more sports right after this.